Hello and welcome to another episode of the ReUp. My name is Jason Delgado. It has been 2 weeks. I know. I apologize. Just been so much going on. I got a PlayStation 5 and life has not been the same. But yeah, it's been amazing, man. It's been so cool to have this cool little toy along with the holidays. The Thanksgiving was very, very good. I hope everybody had a lovely Thanksgiving. I ate deliciously, and then the next day ate deliciously again, and have been continuing on that deliciously train for about 2 weeks now. So it's been a little bit relaxy, a little bit gorgy, but but yeah, now we're looking at footage, getting back in the game, trying to get things kicking up again. I wanted to, I don't know, I'm about to do some editing, and so I wanted to just kind of just chit-chat a little bit, talk about what's been going on over the last couple weeks where I haven't been posting, Support episodes have been behind, these re-ups have been behind just because, just been kind of mulling over this movie. I got this movie that I'm editing now that we shot, a couple weeks ago, and after the writing and then the shooting and the acting, and, now I'm going to be putting this thing together. Just needed a couple weeks just to kind of be, just to kind of get my zen right, to get my chakras in order. And it's been good. It's been stressful, though. I've been trying to get my brother a PS5, so it's been kind of a crazy nightmare. I'm sure you've seen what's been going on out there. Things going for $1,600, Bagoomba. So I've been trying to help him out. You get on the site, they're like, oh, it's available, it's gone. And so it's tough to kind of keep hope up, but there's these great YouTube channels where people are just kind of sitting and have all the browsers open with all the different sites like Target and Best Buy, and they're just, whoever's restocking, they're just getting ready, and I'm just like, why don't you just release all the PlayStations? Just let people have them. Print money, you know what I mean? But I digress. I will say quick top 3 if you do get a hold of a PlayStation. I wanted to kind of address a little bit of a gamer news, just to get that out of the way. I've been playing pretty much all the games I could get my hands on. I got a great driving game called this WCG. I got another Borderlands 3, does great stuff with the haptic feedbacks on the trigger. As does this driving game, great where it's tougher when you go around corners and easier when you're when you get into the next gear. Excellent stuff. Spider-Man uses it. Certain games use it. I've been kind of going through all the games I possibly could. Going through old games like Ghost of Tsushima and Destiny 2 got an upgrade. We're now at 60 frames per second, 4K. But these games, the games that I've really been kind of triggered on and really, really super, super pleased with have been Sackboy. Amazing. 2-player, simultaneously couch co-op. It's like a Mario game. It's like a Mario game. It's like a lot of Nintendo stuff they pulled on this PlayStation. Plus they give you a free game, which is also part of the list. Astro Boy. A lot of boys. Turning them into men. But this whole Mario-esque type of puzzly game thing, and Astro Boy being free, and also using a lot more of the controller stuff, just phenomenal, man. It's just really nice to have these little platforming Mario games that aren't very stressful, that are, quick load, easy to kind of go through and then have a little challenge, but aren't these kind of stressful, boom, 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 bombastic kind of experiences. So Sackboy, Astro Boy. Huge fan of this Immortals. I believe it's called Phoenix Rising. Immortals Phoenix Rising. Huge fan of this. It's the Breath of the Wild I always wanted. It's got great color, great graphics. Go outside, the graphics are awesome, but they're not as good as PlayStation 5. But there's great, just energy to the game. It's puzzles, it's good fighting combat, it's nice to look at, it's pleasant to play. There aren't any of these systems that kind of get in the way where you gotta, repair your weapons or, do all these kind of dumb side quests. It's sort of a very pared down, some would call easy, dumbed down sort of RPG element. Where you have a shield and you have these other little things, but it's not all these levels and stats and stuff that people sometimes like. It's kind of pared down, but it still has all this stuff that I loved about Breath of the Wild, where you use the environments to kind of solve puzzles. The graphical style, the sort of the humor is wonderful. This wonderful humor, just the way they're telling the story, excellent stuff. So I got to give a lot of credit to that game. Immortals Phoenix Rising. And then last but not least, of course, Spider-Man Miles Morales. Made me cry, stole my heart, love that game. So I would say those are the games to focus on, in my opinion. If you get a PlayStation 5, God bless, get everything. But the NBA 2K kind of wore out on me. Not too stat-oriented, just too much of that. And a couple of other games just kind of wore out on me. But those games, the Spider-Man game, Immortals, and the Sackboy and Astro Boy combo, banana. Great stuff. Great stuff. Highly recommended if you get your hands on a PlayStation 5. I bless it. You hope you do if you want one. And I send blessings to my brother because I hope he gets one anyway. He told me that there was a fight at the Walmart. So apparently at the Walmart, they're allowing you to go, sleep overnight, whatever the heck. And, you can get a PlayStation. He went 4 a.m., parked the car, got out. There was already 40 people in line. People had slept there. Crazy. But apparently a fight broke out in the front of the line. Cops had to be called and the whole thing got called off. So as it turns out, it's crazy all about, and sometimes that craziness even gets in the way of the plans to get your PlayStation. So my brother's been disappointed. We're doing everything we can, as everyone is. These YouTube channels with the live feeds, great idea, but let the people have the PlayStations. Let them out. Let them out. But yeah, these last couple of weeks have been nice because I've been, doing a little holiday relaxation, a little bit of just mulling over, the footage of what I wanted it to be and kind of what I'm hoping it will be as far as this movie goes. But it's one of those things that I thought was important. I think sometimes, you got to take some time to separate yourself from the thing so that when you can come back to the thing, you're like, oh man, it's a surprise again. I read this great Paul Simon quote where he talked about, I like when something comes to me and I'm the observer of it, so that I'm experiencing this art as the observer, so I don't have to judge it later because I already have. You know what I mean? I thought that was a very, very interesting way to describe that sort of process of art where you're the observer of a thing that just came to you, so you don't have to question it because it made you react because you were watching as it happened. And I really like that. I like that description. I like the way he kind of got into into sort of what it is to kind of make art. And sometimes you're kind of on the other side of that where you come up with an idea and then you try to make it clever to sort of mask or sort of present it as new or fresh or spontaneous, when other times it's spontaneous already and you could just be like, oh, it came to me that way, so I could just say it that way. And I like that there's a distinguish between those two. And I think when you get enough space between something, it allows you to have that perspective where it's like, oh man, I even forgot these parts of it, excuse me, where there are parts in the movie that I'm hoping will come to me fresh and new things. There's the script you write, the script you shoot, and the script you edit, right? So right now I'm already have all these ideas because of just taking that time and living the holidays and experiencing, even games, how these games affected me, how they're telling their stories, and I'm like, ooh, that's an interesting way. Maybe I can tell my story that way. And I think it's nice. I don't know how the studio works or whatever, but I think it's an interesting. I think it's the right way to do it for me is to take this, intense time where you create and you put together and you shoot and then you take time away from it. So that way, when I come back to it, it feels, hopefully a bit more fresh, and I can get that experience where I'm separated from it in that way, where I'm observing more than just trying to recreate the thing that I wrote and shot, but I'm kind of coming to it new, oh, well, what if it's this? What if it's this other thing I didn't think about? And so I'm hoping that sort of time away comes away with some goodness, because I do feel like so far it has been. Just having those 2 weeks, not thinking about it that way or looking at the footage every day. Now I come to it with new ideas and fresh thoughts and oh man, maybe we can make it like this and make it like that. And so it's already kind of blossoming and bubbling, but it takes time. These things take so much time. But there'll be more content. There'll be more of me speaking to the air and the ether over the next couple weeks as I start to get the support episodes back up, start to get sort of content back on the Instagram. If you don't follow me on the gram, please do. The stuff is located on the bottom. Super fun and exciting stuff on the gram. Living life. But yeah, I haven't posted in a while. I haven't done anything in a while because it's just been very much, living, mulling, me time, holiday time. And I think it's been good. I'm excited to come back. I'm excited to be getting back in the thing. I definitely could use to eat a little better. Your boy's been eating on that cake and that cheese dough. But yeah, it's been fun to kind of have a couple weeks to just be and figure it out. And now it's time to get the hands dirty and start making stuff again. So I hope that you stick along. I hope that you like and subscribe. And yeah, I hope you're enjoying these rambles and these rants. But yeah, PlayStation 5 is great. Time off is great. Great to be back. Thank you so much for making it this far. My name is Jason Delgado. This has been the ReUp, and we will see you on the next one soon. Promise. Brr.